of our first week of wall-to-wall basketball. It is the championship game for the girls' AA tournament. Left to right as you watch us, Billy McKinney, Jim Gilliland, Doug McLeod. Glad to be with you tonight. Gents, an interesting setup here. The Harding Knights, Shannon Loeblein and company come steaming in here with a sensational record and a very, very good basketball team. Burnsville, I think, by any measure, the underdog team coming in here, has a lot of balance, a lot of depth to its team, and some good skills as well. Could be an interesting game.
Yeah, the measure that I've seen most often used is the one when these two teams played early in the year, and Harding won by 24 points.
Yeah.
But that, I would certainly think, Billy, that puts Burnsville in from a psychological point of view, which maybe or maybe not is not the most important part, but they've got everything to gain and nothing to lose because of the expectations and the game that's already been played. Their coach is going to have a lot easier time getting them to respect their opponent than maybe Harding is.
Exactly. I talked to both Doug Bowe and Kyle Robertson between games. They said the thing that they have to do is come out and stay close early. They can't afford to get down early by a significant number of points because this Harding team really plays with a great deal of intensity. Now, you made some really great points in terms of they took a beating from them around Christmas time for 24 points. And you wonder how that's going to play out psychologically. Will they say, well, that was back in Christmas, we're a much better team then? Or will that be something that will intimidate them going into this game tonight? So it's going to be a very interesting outcome with both of these teams that play similar style basketball, aggressive defense, court pressure, and trying to get easy baskets.
And Doug, you mentioned too that Burnsville's got great depth. They run 4 guards at you. Harding hasn't played a lot of that, although they got some good bench strength yesterday from Anna Marie Larson. She came with a couple of key baskets, but basically they're looking at their scoring coming from their first 5 with the Pearson and Loeblein, of course, the 2 most publicized players heading to the University of Minnesota on scholarships, and then Lillie Brown and Trish Dillard, solid rebounders, and Halbert able to score 2 from the outside. But Burnsville, you look at their first 5, Trinkle and Wakely are going to have their hands full underneath, but they are able to keep people fresh longer, and maybe that will pay some dividends here tonight.
Well, let's take a look at how we got to this point in the AA tournament, the championship game, and there it all is. And it was kind of a long road to hoe. Harding started out defeating Little Falls 62-42, and then Irondale 73-59 to get here. Meanwhile, the Burnsville Braves beat Mankato East in the quarterfinals on Thursday 69-56, and then down the Osseo Orioles last night 43-36. So we're set up for our championship game here tonight. Well, when you talk about the players that mean a lot, these are players that mean a lot. And we've seen number 21 of Harding all year long, everything, all Metro, all state, all time, whatever you want to say about Shannon Loeblein. In the way of being a great, multi-talented basketball player is true. And it's entertaining just to watch her work the ball down in a routine play. She can change hands on a strong dribble left or right, go between her legs, go behind her back. She's a very solid player. And on the left is Tricia Wakely of Burnsville, their fine tall center.
Loeblein plays with a lot of emotion, and she has said herself when she gets frustrated, she tries to do too much. To put that out in the public information sector, and so I think Burnsville is going to try to do just that, maybe force her out of her game a little bit with their good pressure.
Well, she's such an intense competitor, and she measures her performance against her standards, which are very high, which is great. But what's nice about her, she has the ability to dominate a game, either when she's scoring or she's passing the basketball. You know, at times she kind of goes off on her own individual one-on-one talent, but she can do so many things. She's an incredible player, and they're going to have to contain her somehow.
We're ready to go with our Class AA tilt, the championship game on tap. The St. Paul Harding Knights and the Burnsville Braves. Here's public address announcer Dick Stanford.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the championship game of the Class AA 1991 Girls State Basketball Tournament. This game matches the champions of Region 3AA with a record of 27-1, the Knights from St. Paul Harding. And the champions of Region 1AA with a record of 22-5, the Braves from Burnsville. Before introducing the player lineups, first let's meet the cheerleaders. From St. Paul Harding, Sherry Dickhoods, Jeannie Shue, Jennifer Johnson, and Carol Butler. And now let's meet the Burnsville cheerleaders. Jenny Bailey, Amy Berg, Jill Blaska, Linda Vaughn, and Christina Lord. And now let's meet the reserves. First for the Knights, 5'4" junior guard number 11, Kim Smolik. 5'5" freshman guard number 14, Rolanda Williams. 5'5" junior forward number 20, Kristen Montbriand. 5'5" junior guard number 22, Ann Hurley. 5'7" sophomore guard number 23, Beth Catola. 6' freshman center number 34, Lisa Shanblot. 5'6" junior forward number 40, Anna Marie Larson. 5'6" junior guard number 41, Vicky Estrelado. 5'7" sophomore forward number 45, Jessica Wittgenstein. And 5'5" senior forward number 52, Jenny Kettering. And now let's meet the Burnsville reserves. First, 5'7" sophomore guard number 5, Busy Peterson. 5'5" junior guard number 11, Sarah Welder. 5'5" sophomore guard number 15, Jesse Riggleman. 5'8" junior guard number 21, Chelsea Schwankel. 5'8" junior forward number 25, Christy Johnson. 5'9" junior forward number 31, Jamel Johnson. 5'7" junior forward number 35, Amy Snyder. 5'5" junior guard number 43, Tracy Tonneson. 6' sophomore center number 53, Stacy Sunnison. And 5'11" senior center number 54, Kenya Samuels. And now here are your starting lineups. At forward for Harding, 6' senior number 12, Cara Pearson. At forward for Burnsville, 6'1" senior number 23, Joey Ward. At forward for the Knights, 5'10" senior number 32, Lillie Brown. At forward for the Braves, 6'1" senior number 45, Tiffany Trinkle. At center for Harding, 5'10" junior number 42, Tish Dillard. At center for Burnsville, 6'2" junior number 55, Trisha Wakely. At guard for the Knights, 5'6" senior number 13, Joanne Halbert. At guard for the Braves, 5'7" senior number 13, Sheila Roehl. At guard for Harding, 5'9" senior number 21, Shannon Loeblein. At guard for Burnsville, 5'6" senior number 33, Stacy Dove. The head coach of the Knights is Tom Gunderson. The head coach of the Braves is Doug Bowe. Your officials, Vicki Barron and Gary Putz.
And the AA championship game all set to go. The Burnsville Braves at 22-5, the champions of Region 1 AA, and the 3 AA titleists at 27-1, the Knights of Harding. We talked about Trisha Wakely a little bit, some pretty good balance throughout the Burnsville lineup. Loeblein and Pearson have been the flag wavers for Harding, but we've mentioned a few times also, in addition to those two, Lillie Brown, a good, solid basketball player who's was the co-leading scorer in the semifinal game last night. And they can come at you from all sorts of ways and have been doing that throughout the tournament against both Irondale and Little Falls. Burnsville wearing the dark uniforms. Here's Lillie Brown for Harding right away. Shovels it away for Halbert, and she makes the first 2 of the game.
Well, they get on the board quickly there with a great pass by Lillie Brown. You talked about her offensive prowess, but the thing that she's done really well during the tournament is she's played outstanding defense, and she's made a couple of key defensive plays that have broken the quarterfinals game wide open for Harding.
That did not fall for Joey Ward of the Burnsville Braves. Cara Pearson has it now for Harding, and back for Shannon Loeblein. Bombs away, Lillie Brown. That play has worked to perfection several times in this tournament, but it misfired there.
A little too much air under that one, and sometimes Shannon gets a little careless with the ball. She likes the one-hand pass, and sometimes they'll sail on you like that because her hands aren't really big enough to palm the basketball, but she's makes very few mistakes.
Tish Dillard turns it back for Harding, and Shannon Loeblein rips it down. Batted out of the air by Tiffany Trenkle of Burnsville and out of bounds, and obviously Doug Bowe and company have not had their heads in the sand when Harding has been playing basketball, because one thing they're very aware of is the Knights can move the ball. They whip it around fast. They use the long pass. They can pass out of trouble. They can pass out of the zone. Here's Dillard. Turnaround didn't go. Burnsville the rebound to Trenkle. Stacy Dove. They go deep for Wakely. Tipped out of bounds. Burnsville's ball.
That's one of the things that both teams are going to have to be aware of, because they're great. Both are great transition basketball teams offensively. They're going to have to retreat and keep their eye on the ball to prevent those long passes from getting in for easy baskets.
Dove inbounded it to Joey Ward, and Ward rolls it in. And with 6:53 to go in the first quarter, it's a tie game.
Joey Ward hasn't had a good offensive tournament. She's got the Division I scholarship. She's going to Kansas State, but she hasn't really scored as she is capable of in the first 2 games. And she's taken 2 shots in the first minute here, trying to get on track.
Brown's shot is off. Trisha Wakely for the rebound, and Dove brings the Burnsville Braves back down the court. This is Sheila Roehl, 5'7", senior guard on the left wing for Joey Ward. Inside, turnaround, Trenkle. 4-2 Burnsville.
Burnsville coming with their own pressure here, and they turn it over.
Nice move by Trenkle that time, and both of these teams have excellent front line players that can score and play defense. So I think the key to this game is going to be how those front line players defend one another, rebound, and a number of things.
Lillie Brown got dinged for a personal error.
They like to put Lillie Brown out on the point of the defense to block the passing lanes with her long arms. She does play very aggressively, and if they call that foul all night, she'll be in trouble, because she likes to get up on her.
Exactly. The key for her, she's going to have to make wise fouls, and she's been able to get away because of Harding the last couple of games of beating their opponents pretty soundly, but she's going to have to be careful tonight not to pick up cheap fouls.
We've been speculating throughout the tournament how closely the championship game will be whistled with Harding in it, because the Knights do play very aggressively. There's a lot of contact. Burnsville with the ball now. Joey Ward out of the pressure for Sheila Roehl. 4-2 the Braves lead. 5:45 to go first quarter. Roehl lets her rip. Got it! It's a two-pointer. As long a range a two-pointer as you can shoot. 6-2. The Braves have scored 6 straight. Lillie Brown for Harding. Guarded by Ward. And for Pearson at the baseline, but was fouled in the contact there.
And a nice double team going on Pearson there. Reaching around was Trenkle trying to prevent the pass and picked up the foul. Loeblein hasn't gotten the ball in a position to score yet. They've been very aggressive defending her.
There's a break in the action with 5:20 to go in the first quarter of our AA championship game. It's the Burnsville Braves 6 and the Harding Knights 2.
When you react to the ball defensively like Lillie Brown does, she has such great anticipation that she can be faked out of position by good ball fakes. Sheila Roehl did a great job of faking the pass up top, keeping the ball, and nailing the three-pointer.
Now it is 6-2, Burnsville by 4. 5:19 to go, Loeblein. And to watch the foot, and it's pulled off underneath by Burnsville's Sheila Roehl. All the way down. Underneath for Wakely, and a nice bit of ball there.
Great pass by Sheila Roehl that time.
Loeblein for 3. Got it. Shannon Loeblein.
Just before the break, Jim, we were talking about that she hasn't been involved in the game, and one of the things that she tries to do when she comes out is to get her teammates involved, and she's picking and choosing her spots in which she needs to pick her team up. And that's a great quality to have in your leader who has the ball a lot in her hands.
Another foul inside whistled against Harding. It looks like Tish Dillard is going to pick it up. That's a very tough play to stop. I don't know that we have another player in the tournament with that ability of Loeblein. So take it behind her back and off the dead dribble, moving to her left, pull up and get steady enough to hit a shot from that range.
Under pressure. I mean, she hit a couple of shots last night. There were big-time shots with great defense on her.
Ward leaping. And out of bounds. It's Burnsville's ball. Number 21, Chelsea Schwackel, in the lineup now for Stacy Dove, and will take over that position. And Shannon Loeblein pulls it away. Dunks it for Lillie Brown. Got her own rebound. Give her more than 2 tries. 4:08 to go in the first quarter. 8-7 Burnsville. Sheila Roehl. And it'll be Burnsville.
Halbert scrambling on defense, reached around and knocked it loose and went out of bounds to Burnsville.
I tell you what, I love the way she plays. She is just a dynamo on the defensive end, diving for balls and making all of the great defensive plays, doing a lot of the dirty work defensively out front that she probably doesn't get credit. She's a very important part of this ball club.
And if they double team Loeblein, she will go to the offensive and stick her jump shot.
Very aggressive player. She's fouled out in both the games so far, in the quarter and the semifinal. Wide open, Chelsea Schwackel. It didn't go. Underneath for Trinkle.
Going to be off Pearson and stay with Burnsville. Pearson got a block on that first shot.
Up for grabs.
Stays with Burnsville.
Stays with Burnsville on the alternate possession rule. And Chelsea Schwackel, number 21, will inbound the ball for the Braves. Sheila Roehl works it up high. She'll start in from the point. Trinkle. Now for Schwackel. Here's Roehl. And on Brown, rockets it under on a good play for Trisha Wakely.
Magic Johnson type pass there, threading the pass to the defense for an easy basket. Great play by Sheila Roehl.
Loeblein all the way home, traveled. End-to-end rush by Shannon Loeblein. She almost did it a little bit earlier, too.
A little bit out of control there, but she's talented enough to pull that off a lot of times.
That's right. The fact that she's a threat to.
A lot of overplaying for Harding on defense, trying to make steals, and they've got burned a couple of times on back doors there on their defensive end.
And this Burnsville team has handled that pressure as well as any team in the tournament at this point. And we'll see how that goes as the game progresses here. These teams have had a history of wearing down their opponents with that up-tempo defense and offense.
Cara Pearson for Shannon Loeblein. The 2 All-Staters connect. Loeblein triggers in. All coming down.
Another foul on Dillard.
Not a good shot that time by Shannon. You know, she was out of control there and trying to collect the ball. Probably should have gathered herself a little more and not forced her shot right now. She's capable of hitting that one, but she's got her shot selection must be better.
Stacy Dove back in for Burnsville. Also in now number 35, Amy Snyder. And Anna Marie Larson is in the fray now for the Harding Knights, number 40. Here's their number 1 sub. Now come the Braves. Sheila Roehl, it's 10-7 Burnsville. 2.5 to go first quarter. AA championship game. Dove lobs it up and nails it. Loeblein looking to fire one here. And then she doesn't. And she drop ships. Side saddles it. Cara Pearson. Offensive.
Roehl dropped in behind her there, and Pearson backed up. That call for the charge. He had her left elbow out there.
There's a break in the action with 2:10 to go in the first quarter of our AA championship game. The Burnsville Braves 12, the Harding Knights 7, and the action continues in a moment.
Future state tournament stars are in the stands dreaming of the day that they'll be out here playing for the state tournament championship themselves. And with me right now are two of the top players from the 7th grade New Hope Plymouth team that's rated 2nd in the state, Jessica Arbogast and Jenny Lewandowski. Girls, I know you're having a great time at the tournament. Who are you rooting for?
Burnsville.
Burnsville?
Burnsville.
Okay, how about favorite player?
Stacey Dowd.
Okay, why? Why do you like Stacey?
Well, she used to live in our area, so it's the only one I really know, so.
Okay. As far as basketball is concerned, what's coming up for you and how's your season been going, Jenny?
Next weekend we're in state tournament and
We're 45-4.
we're 45-4.
That's a lot of games for you guys. Think you might get down here someday and play for the tournament?
I hope.
I hope to.
All right, thanks girls, and good luck to you in your state tournament next weekend. Let's go back over to the score table.
All right, Janet, the Burnsville Braves with the ball and a 5-point lead. Late in the first quarter, 12-7. 99 seconds left in it. There's a leaper by Chelsea Schwankel. Wakely underneath. Wakely a jumping jack. Got it away. And that's Amy Snyder retrieved for Burnsville. Doug. Inside. Locked and pulled away by Lillie Brown. Trap, and they're tied up. Albert, who else? Jumping in there after Amy Snyder got a mid on.
Great job by Burnsville. They're getting back and getting those lanes cut off. They know how aggressive Harding is offensively and hope to pick up some charge calls and loose balls, and they're doing a good job so far.
Exactly, and one of the things that we talked about at the top of the show.
Offensive foul on Shannon Loeblein.
Could be a critical play right there. That's their second foul, but we talked about how would Burnsville react to the pressure, and so far they've reacted very well. They haven't been intimidated, and the thing that I've seen here, this Harding team is a very emotional ball club, and they are on a mission. And right now, they're going to have to harness their emotions because it's taking them out of their game right now.
They're playing into Burnsville's hands. Burnsville playing solid, fundamental basketball.
You can be too keyed up for a ball game sometimes, and I think that's the case. They want this championship so bad that they're probably overextending themselves a little too much, and it's disrupting the game plan in their individual game.
Nice play by Stacey Dove to get it inside to Joey Ward for Burnsville. Ward gets two with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. 14-7, and Burnsville doubles the score. Loeblein, ball was not in control, and Dove and Larson got all tied up with it.
And almost picked up her third foul. She's got to be very careful about that as she drives the lane and being under complete control to make a play, a scoring play or a passing play. Take a look here. She lost control of the ball and could have been called for a charge very easily.
Burnsville now with the ball. Last half minute of the first quarter. Tiffany Trenkle guarded by Brown. Here's Dove.
With Dove and Schwankel and Roehl, they've got enough speed to rotate there. As we see a charge go the other way, and
down goes Cara Pearson.
Took one in the nose there, it looks like. She established great defensive position there, put her hand straight up. If you take a look again as she turns right here, she catches it right on the cheek.
That's the second big-time elbow we've had here today. We had one in the Class A third place. Wow.
And that's an inadvertent elbow. I mean, it's all in Tiffany Trenkle trying to make her offensive move. Great defensive position that time, and that's one of the things that happens when you're an aggressive defensive player and you take charges. That can happen.
I must tell you that the replays of that are shown up on the big video screen here at Met Center that Norm Green put in for the North Stars games, and you could hear everybody go, oh, every time it got played back.
I got a feeling Cara's worried about, let's stop the nosebleed so I can go back in.
Got the Zach, the trainer. Gonna go over and see if her nose is still intact. Trainer here for the tournament, Pride of Roseville, Minnesota.
She plays with so much intensity. That might be one of the things that wakes her up. You know, a good shot like that, and she might come back and just play out of her skull. She's that kind of competitor.
Halbert was open.
Another offensive foul.
Now it's down the other way, and Burnsville's Amy Snyder is down, and this has got ugly early.
Albert was trying to pass the ball, And just got a little confused with her footwork there, and Burnsville standing right up. And you can see her head get bumped there for Amy Snyder. Because she had given up the ball, it's not a player control foul, and Snyder will shoot.
She'll get shots for this one, 1-on-1 as it's in the team foul, 15 foul situation. Amy Snyder at the free throw line.
Tell you what, it takes a lot of courage for any player to take a charge when another player is approaching them full speed. And it's something that you do for your ball club to sacrifice your body. You get some free throws and you get a player in foul trouble. But it is a tough position to take, believe me.
No matter what happens, you don't have to play a game tomorrow. So you've got a few days to let it wear off while you're sitting there, hopefully enjoying your championship trophy. It made it all worthwhile. Halbert for Loeblein. Three-pointer.
That was big.
Big three-pointer at the horn. Shannon Loeblein gets the tray as the first quarter ends in our 1991 AA championship game.
Looked like she was just a shade inside the NBA three-point area there. She launched that one. What makes it difficult to guard her when she shoots from anywhere.
Wow. The first quarter is over. And on our scoreboard, it is Burnsville 16 and Harding 10.
Evening, we have senior Kelly Giesler from the Osseo Orioles. Kelly, your team took third place. This is your last year. Were you pleased with the third place victory?
Yeah, I think any team wants to go for first, but I'm glad that we could end our season on a winning note, and I'm satisfied with third place, so I'm happy with that. Yeah.
You suffered a tough loss against Burnsville last night. What do you suggest to St. Paul Harding to stay in this game against Burnsville?
St. Paul Harding needs to shut down their inside. Cara Pearson's had a lot of foul trouble in her past 2 games, and she's having to kind of lay off. So if they don't shut them down inside, they're not going to win the game.
All right, thanks a lot, Kelly. We'll send it back to the table now. Jim?
Loeblein.
I'll take it. Here's Shannon Loeblein, and she gets the points.
You going to count the bucket, or is it before the shot? No basket, it looks like. Harding is getting the floor spread a little more. They were making it easy in the first quarter for Burnsville to double team them because they were keep hanging on to the ball so long. They've drawn a couple fouls here in the early moments of the second quarter.
Now Cara Pearson. The old precision just is not there at the moment for Harding that we've seen earlier in the tournament. It's a long, long game. And Shannon Loeblein picks the pocket of Stacey Doug. Smacked out of bounds by Sheila Roehl on the way to Lillie Brown.
That's one of the things both of these teams does best is when the team breaks the press, the defense continues to pursue the offense. And as a result, when the defender slows down the dribble of the defender coming from the back and tap the ball away. Great defensive pursuit by both ball clubs.
Yeah, charge. No, it wasn't. Brown's going to get the penalty.
Yes, and as we talked about, that was a foolish foul for Lillie Brown to reach in back there. She's out of position badly, and she tries to reach across there. She should have just shuffled back 2 or 3 steps and tried to maintain good position.
2 on Brown, 2 on Dillard. I think officially they have Loeblein with 1 in the book anyway. Pearson has 1.
1-on-1 opportunity now for Stacey Doug. Cara Pearson has the rebound. Line foul as she turned around in the lane.
Roehl whistled, and that will, depending on whether they rule she was in a shooting motion or passing motion here. Nope, she definitely clipped her.
Yes, and it's a good defensive, good anticipation by Roehl that time. But one of the things that you want to do once you turn a player, instead of reaching, you want to keep those arms up in a good position instead of slapping down on the basketball. If anything, tip the ball up.
18 of 23 at the free throw line in this tournament so far for Shannon Loeblein. 7:12 to go in the first half. Burnsville 16 and Harding 12. The AA championship game at Met Center.
Dillard with another reach there. She's got 2 fouls. A little risky. Harding still in pell-mell pursuit here.
Earlier in the AA bracket today, the consolation title was won by Duluth East, 60-53 over St. Louis Park. And Osseo beat Irondale, 58-44 for the third place game, which was just concluded.
Look how Burnsville racing back on defense. Doug Bowe must have made a terrific point of that. They're scoring and they're not waiting for anything, so getting back in position.
Trisha Wakely broke it through, and now Sheila Roehl brings it down for Burnsville. On the baseline, Snyder travels.
They like the fast-paced style. Burnsville, the story we brought you earlier at Lillie Brown, Travis, that they didn't like the way their season was going. They'd lost twice to Rosemont, the unbeaten team ranked #1, and they decided when they were going to play them in the region that they were going to go after them, play a faster tempo, and it worked. They beat Rosemont, previously unbeaten, by 21 points, and they've been on a roll ever since.
Well, one of the things about that, too, is when you play aggressively, you make a team play your style basketball instead of let them dictate how you play. If you come out and you play passive basketball, you put yourself in a position to fail.
See who the foul is on Trinkle.
Panned out better than it ought to have. That's her third now. And Tiffany Trinkle will have a seat. Into the lineup comes Joey Ward, 23. And also Chelsea Schwankel will spell Dove for a while. And Cara Pearson will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. She's 11 for 15 at the line in the tournament thus far, shooting 1-1.
It worked.
Send your check in care of Burnsville with the ball now. Joey Ward. Braves leading Harding 20-14 with 6:02 to go in the first half. Loeblein picked it off.
Roehl is right with Loeblein.
She's doing a great.
Lillie Brown couldn't handle the pass.
No, it's perfect example of Lillie losing her concentration and looking to make her move before she received the basketball.
5:54 to go in the first half. A break in the action at Met Center. This AA championship game. It's the Burnsville Braves 20 and the Harding Knights 14.
To play this style of basketball, there are a lot of turnovers because the players are so intent in beating the defense that they have a tendency to try to make their moves before they receive the basketball. Lillie Brown was a perfect example that time. Took her eye off the basketball, and it went out of bounds, and Burnsville has the ball back.
It's different theories. Some coaches want every possession to be valuable, and throwing it away is the worst mistake you can make, and others feel like with their tempo that they get enough opportunities, they'll win because of the style.
Roehl's three-pointer wouldn't fall. Now Brown brings it back for Loeblein. She draws two and was fouled as she went up to shoot by Chelsea Schwankel for 21 of the Burnsville Braves.
Schwankel played great defense. She might have made a mistake trying to block that because Loeblein was in a tough spot. She's right there with her, and she's twisting and really didn't have much to look at, but Schwankel reached over and picked up the foul.
Shooting across her body, and that's one of the things that, Cara Pearson took an elbow to the nose, taking a charge, and that would have been a similar situation if she had just remained in good high defensive position and made her shoot over her. It looks nice to block shots, but there are very few players that are gifted enough to do that well on a consistent basis.
Yeah, you see the leading shot blockers all the time in the stats, 2 a game maybe.
Exactly.
Offensive.
Harding gets a break there with a pressure defense. Roehl pivoting, trying to clear herself, was called for the offensive foul.
Well, this mad dog defense that both of these teams play can get you a little frustrated sometimes. I mean, these young women are playing very hard, playing very intense, and hey, they're laying it all on the line. Like you said, Jim, there is no tomorrow. You can worry about aches and pains until next year.
That mad dog defense. It's Barca, too. Dillard to the post. Pearson wheels, deal.
Great pass, great patience, and a great move by Cara Pearson that time. Tish Dillard made a great pass inside.
Now it's a 2-point game. Burnsville with the ball and leading 20-18 with 5 minutes to go in the first half of this AA championship game.
And you can believe with these two ball clubs, there are going to be a lot of spurts tonight by both ball clubs. Who's going to hold off and hold on at the end of the game to capture the title?
And out from the corner for Chelsea Schwankel, and it'll go over to Harding. Stacy Dove back in for Burnsville. She and Schwankel alternating regularly. And Lillie Brown heaves it in for Halbert. Smack traveling on Halbert as she ran afoul of Amy Snyder, the junior forward who had position there.
Halbert turns and is a little surprised to see him.
So allow me to introduce myself.
I'm going the other way for the moment, but you got the picture. Underneath for Wakely. And Cara Pearson right there.
2 on Pearson. Wakely goes to the line. Saw Vicki Perrin jump in there and push her belly out like that's what Pearson did to try to throw Wakely off balance. It worked, but it cost her a foul.
Exactly. It's one of the old tricks in the book. You know, when the ball goes inside, you put your hands up high and bump her with the waist or bump the player with the waist. And usually the referees are looking at the hands and look at the contact on the ball for the shot.
Boy, could I do some damage on that kind of a play.
Yes, great officiating. That was a great call.
Trouble is, when I played, I was sort of built like a pipe cleaner, and I couldn't do that. But now, you know, be awesome.
Now you filled out.
Don't touch me. Stacy Dove will play it in for Burnsville with 4:25 to go in the half. 20-18, Burnsville by 2. And the Braves, Sheila Roehl, 5'7" senior guard away for Tricia Wakely. Dove, right in the middle.
Ward backed in that time and shuffled her feet, so kind of a little run on mistakes here with 4:11 to go in the half.
Nothing on the board here for a minute or so.
Was there a foul too?
All I saw was the travel. Technical foul.
Uh-oh, first one in the tournament, I
don't
believe.
remember that there's been one.
Technical foul. Says number 23, Joy Ward.
Joy Ward got the technical, and Shannon Loeblein gets the first free throw.
Probably a little frustration coming out. Fast-paced game, emotions running high. Burnsville was in control of this game, and now Harding has crept back to tie it up with 4:11 remaining in the second quarter.
Loeblein has hit 6 straight, 6 for 6 at the line, and 12 points tonight.
Players are doing their dodge before the ball was in play, and Shannon goes, wait a minute, I'm not going to waste that energy. Roehl, great defense there. That's tough.
Yes.
Roehl's been planning all day to play Shannon Loeblein.
Joey Ward got her hand on the ball, deflected out of bounds. It's a very aggressive game.
Certainly is.
Tough one to officiate, but they're doing a good job so far.
Exactly. And great pass.
Wide open for Tish Dillard. Yes, sir. Didn't go, but a great idea. Well, let's see here.
Rugby, anyone?
Yeah. You can't have a scrum when you're lying down, though. Well, I guess you can.
You can try it.
You can try. That's the safest call. Let's just tie it up and stop this.
Good hustle by both ball clubs, and that's one of the things that you want to see. It's the little things that win ball games when there's a loose ball, to see those bodies down on the floor.
Joey Ward from long range. A foul coming out on Loeblein. She doesn't like that one.
She pushed off. Roehl right on her. Gets the congratulations from her teammates. No doubt Doug Bowe challenged her, the great athlete that she is, to take on Loeblein tonight. She's done a good job. Loeblein's on her game. It looks like she's got her shooting touch, but she hasn't been able to get a lot of free shots.
That's her second personal. A 1-on-1 now for Roehl.
Well, the thing about it that Sheila Roehl is doing is she's maintaining good body position at all times. She's not gambling, not trying to steal the ball. She knows she's not going to do that. So she maintains good body position and plays physical defense. And those are the kinds of things that can frustrate a great player sometimes.
4 points for Roehl.
I would think it might be to Harding's advantage, since the rest of the team doesn't want to press, to just let Lillie Brown or someone else bring it up the floor. and then let Loeblein have it in a better position, because Roehl is wearing her down a little bit, I think.
Well, she gets into the position where maybe she's trying to do too much. And to have another ball handler that can take the pressure off her, maybe let her go down and run off some screens and get open shots, it will save some wear and tear on her. But she likes to have the ball. She likes to have the ball in her hands.
Both these teams are right up to the mark right now. This is not a friendly game. The championship is on the line, and the foul coming in.
Is that on Loeblein again?
No, it's on Pearson, setting an illegal screen, I believe.
That is the third personal now on Cara Pearson.
I think both of these ball clubs right now in the second quarter, it's an intense game. It starts to get a little sloppy because of the emotions. I think at halftime when both of the coaches are going to have to settle their ball clubs down and get them more into their playing rhythms, and it will improve the quality of the play and the execution of the plays on both ends of the floor.
Stop worrying about who's winning the little pushing matches and start trying to put the ball in the basket and stop the other team.
Exactly. Exactly.
Team goals more clearly in focus.
And one of the things that happens as a result of this is kind of an intimidation play on both teams. To play physical, try to make the other party back down. And in the process, you create fouls, and that can damage your team, hurt your team's efforts going into the second half.
4 straight from the line for Sheila Roehl, and now with 3:11 to go in the half, it's Burnsville 26 and Harding 20. And we are proud to have it again here on Receptive Channel 9 at the World Theater in downtown St. Paul. Tickets at Dayton's Great American Music, or you can charge it all Ticketmaster. Locations 989-5151. Always a lot of yucks. And occasionally a couple of yucks. April Fool's Live, not to be missed. Shannon Loeblein for the Harding Knights, plowing across the center line. Lillie Brown. Foul after the shot.
I think Doug Bowe deliberately set up that strategy, trying to get Shannon to get an offensive foul there. You know, with the double team, she's concentrating so hard on beating Roehl that she wasn't looking for the help. And she did run over Schwankel.
And other thing they recognize, too, and it's a great point that you bring that out, Jim, is they know that whenever she is driving, she's going full speed, and she has a tendency to play a little bit out of control. And if you can pick up a foul that's critical, that's the way you do it. That's very smart game planning.
I think the officials do want to let the teams play a little bit. But that was definitely a break for Harding that she didn't get that foul.
Those 2 free throws by Lillie Brown. The foul incident was on Amy Snyder. Break a 5-point run by the Burnsville Braves. Now it is 26-22. Harding closes to 4. Braves with the ball. 2:47 to go in the half. Dove around the wing for Schwankel. Inside. Quickly, Schwankel pops. Nope. Rebound to Roehl. Anna Marie Larson and Roehl.
A little World Federated Wrestling here.
Take that over into full suplex if you do it right.
Jump ball.
Ooh.
Larson had her hooked in there a little bit. And
wow. Oh. I said this is not a friendly game, but that's not the purpose of it. Dove. Had it for just a second. Now Roehl travels.
One of the few mistakes that you'll see that Sheila Roehl will make. I mean, she's had just an outstanding game here this first half. She's been incredible on the defensive end as well as being a contributor on the offensive end of the floor. She's only averaging about a little under 5 points a game, but I believe she could score more points if she had to.
Well, they're frustrating Harding right now. They're getting up on them and either forcing travels or offensive fouls.
Wakely. Old free by Dillard. Now Anna Marie Larson. Lillie Brown for the Harding Knights. They trail by 4. Wakely knocked that awry. 2:04 to go in the first half. Championship ball game at Met Center.
Double team.
Now Brown open. And Wakely the rebound for Burnsville. Bombs away. Amy Snyder. And Ravel.
Harding got a break on that one, and that's one of the things we talked about with these ball clubs. You have to get back and have a player that's going to provide your defensive balance.
Leaving Roehl behind. Wakely on the dive. Harding gets the ball.
A lot of floor burns tonight.
This is a tough basketball game. I've been doing this tournament. This is about my 11th year. I've seen a tougher girls' game just in terms of physical play, and that's not a knock against the officials, but these two teams are really going to war.
Dillard wheels around off the iron. Halbert rebound. Floats it in. Yeah, Sheila Roehl's got blood running down her leg. Cara Pearson had her nose rearranged. All sorts of contact already in this game. Snyder, Wakely. And Burnsville will catch up. Roehl went to the left hand as she came in a foul.
Albert trying to knock it loose.
Yes, from behind, and that's something that the Harding team does very well, is that once the defense gets by, the offensive player gets by, reach behind, which is really not good defense, and knocks the ball away. That time, Halbert got caught with her hands in the cookie jar.
Taking a shortcut, and Roehl is making him pay every time they put her on the foul line.
5 of 5 in the game so far for Sheila Roehl. She was 2 of 4 in the tournament coming in. 13, Sheila Roehl. Didn't go that time. 27-24, Burnsville by 3. Offensive foul, 1:24 to go in the half.
Smart play by Tish Dillard that time in drawing an offensive foul on Trisha Wakely. Wakely tried to spin back down the baseline, and she just had that foot planted on the baseline. The only way she could go was out of bounds.
Forced the turnover. Loeblein tried to do it in traffic.
Here comes Dove. Underneath for Wakely. Dillard on the deck. Soccer sliding tackle takes Halbert down. That's a yellow card. I can't believe this.
Last time I saw,
go in the half.
excuse me, I said the last time I saw this much diving, I was at a swim meet. These players are really getting after it.
Loeblein off the iron.
3-on-1, 4-on-1.
4-on-1 as Dove slips it for Schwackel. No, and the rebound to Tish Dillard. Brown couldn't hang on, and Sheila Roehl brings it back for Burnsville. Last half minute of the first half is approaching, with Burnsville leading Harding by 3 in the championship game. Dove floats it in there. Trisha Wakely over the top.
3-on Loeblein. No,
Card.
3-on. What a big play. It looked like it might be Loeblein's third foul. It turns out to be Wakely's third
Exactly,
foul.
but as we look at the replay right here, we see Wakely jump back into Loeblein. Good position there. She kept her hands up.
Called by Vicki Barron.
Headbutting.
Look out.
Loeblein got right through.
Dove was right there, ready to draw the charge again.
Yes, and if you look at the difference in how these teams break the trap, Burnsville, when they receive the ball on the trap, they turn and look to find the defense before they make their move. The Harding Knights have a tendency to catch the ball and just turn and go. As a result, a lot of turnovers, a lot of offensive fouls.
Dove at the horn. Wakely did not get it, and that's the end of the first half. And Shannon Loeblein with that big turnaround shot pulls Harding to a point behind with half the game yet to go. Our AA championship game is at halftime, and it is a dandy. On our TCF Bank scoreboard, Burnsville 27 and Harding 26. 1991 Girls State Basketball Tournament continues in just a moment.
Perry Williams back at the Met Center in Bloomington, our Class AA Championship last game of 1991 in the girls bracket. And as Carissa Knight and Stacy Fields said at the top of our broadcast, they say the best for last. And so far, that has transpired here with Burnsville leading the Harding Knights by 1, 27-26. Now let's go to Carissa with a special halftime guest. Carissa?
Thanks, Perry. That's right. We do have a very special guest. We have a women's basketball player from 1939, Ruth DeLapp. Ruth, in 1939, they didn't play the 5-on-5 basketball. They played what was called 3-on-3 basketball. Do you want to explain that to us, how it was played and where you played?
Well, I played in Laverne, Minnesota, and the game was very, very different. It was played on 3 courts. That meant you had a center court, which had a jumping center and a running center. It was very important to have a tall jumping center because after every basket, the ball was brought back for a jump.
Okay.
And the ends had 2 guards and 2 forwards. Now, the only people that did scoring were the forwards. Fortunately, I played forward, which made the game a lot more fun for me. But it was a very slow game because of going back to the center court for a jump. We were only allowed to dribble the ball once, and needless to say, we developed a very good stride if we were going to go anyplace. We were only allowed 4 fouls, and so you see the game sometimes maybe only 18 or 20 points were scored.
All right, thank you. The game has obviously changed a lot since 1939. Do you like this play better, or do you like the 1939 style?
Oh my goodness, I like this much better. The girls show so much more skill, and the game is faster, and I'm so proud of the girls basketball today. I just love it.
All right, thanks a lot, Ruth. We'll send it back to Perry now. Perry?
Well, thank you so much as the Corey drill team is out there entertaining our fans here at halftime. And we mentioned before the diving meet a few weeks ago, the wrestling meet. But boy, the Burnsville Braves and the Knights from Harding are grappling here tonight for the state championship game. Back with more halftime festivities after this. Perry Williams back at halftime, our Class AA title game, and it is indeed a dandy as Burnsville and St. Paul Harding are just about knotted up as the Braves lead it by 1. St. Paul Harding was in the tournament just a year ago. They were knocked out in the quarterfinals by eventual champion St. Louis Park. But this time they're hoping to win it all. Let's take a closer look at St. Paul Harding High.
Harding High School is located on a 39-acre site off of 94 on the east side of St. Paul between White Bear Avenue and Johnson Parkway. We have a very strong academic program at Harding, very strong science program, college prep classes that are offered in the building, advanced placement classes, 4 years of 3 languages, Spanish, French, and German. We have a music program. We have a very strong art department. We have a very strong math department with many levels of mathematics. Harding High School is the largest high school in St. Paul with a population of approximately 1,700 students, 30% of whom are minority. We have the full range of sports at Harding that are offered in all of the high schools, fall, winter, and spring sports. We have accomplished a lot in the field of volleyball. Our girls volleyball team went to the state tournament 2 years ago, has gone to the state tournament in the past. We are very proud of our boys tennis team, which is one of the spring sports. We had 2 11th grade students last year that qualified for the state tennis match. That's the first time in many, many years in St. Paul. Graphic arts specialty, the students are involved in production. We have a lot of equipment. The class is actually run as a business. We have the chemical technology magnet, is specifically for chemistry students, for those that are looking into chemistry and technology as their field when they graduate from high school. We have a new health clinic that is part of our health services. The clinic offers students such things as physicals. It offers them counseling. We have social workers that are part of the clinic. We have pediatricians that come in and work with students. We have a nutritionist and a couple of nurse practitioners. A very full and extensive clinic for students at Harding.
You know, we hope you've enjoyed the special up-close and look at the various teams and communities involved in the state tournament this year, but I think we just found one error made in that St. Paul Harding. I don't think they mentioned that Jim Gillen is perhaps the most famous alumni. At least that's what he tells us. St. Paul Harding in the Class AA championship game here tonight. Let's pause now for station identification.
It is halftime at the Met Sports Center, the Class AA Girls State Basketball Tournament Championship game, and you couldn't have it any closer. Burnsville Braves 27 and the Harding Knights 27. Welcome back courtside as the teams are coming back on to get set for the second half. Man, oh man, have we had a bruiser of a game so far. We've had something for everybody, and if you're a hockey fan, you're enjoying it too, because there's been a little contact in this game.
Look at the shooting and the other statistics, not much to choose from there. Harding has been taken out of their offense a little bit, but they've been helped by that free throwing. Loeblein 8 for 8, Pearson 2 for 2. They're not shooting that well, but not much to choose from in the turnovers and rebounding. Just a good, tough game.
Exactly. Turnovers, both teams won 13, Harding 13, Burnsville 14. But the thing about it, what's going on in this game, this first half was a psychological war. Yeah. Now, both teams have established that they're not afraid of each other, and I think they got away from their game plan a little bit. It was a physical game. Now at halftime, I would imagine both coaches would say, look, let's settle down here and play our game. It's going to be a heck of a second half here.
I just noticed the officials walking back on the floor, and Vicki Barron came out signaling offensive foul as she walked onto the floor. So everybody was talking about this game. It's been very intense, but it's a great ball game.
Boy, lace them up. Here we go with the second half. When we come back, it's a one-point game for the AA championship. Burnsville 27, Harding 26. Welcome back to the Metropolitan Sports Center in Bloomington, Minnesota, the 1991 Girls State High School Basketball AA Championship game. It has been a rock and roll affair so far, and I have a feeling we have a lot more in store, but a very good point by Billy McKeaning. And we're going to get away from the psychological part and back to the ball game now. We're going to get out of the gym and onto the championship floor here, out of the playground and into the big game. Maybe now everybody's kind of squared away, gone toe-to-toe, been left blooded literally, and now get back to playing the game plan that got him here in the first place.
Exactly, Doug and Jim. Right, it's been a little bit more rock than rolled in that first half, but it's one of those things that both teams want to come out. Burnsville wants to come out and say, look, we're not afraid of you. You beat us by 24 before, but we're here to play tonight. Harding plays aggressive, very aggressively, and it's intimidating some of these other teams, and now it's basketball time here for these next 16 minutes.
Here we go with the second half. Harding in the white, Burnsville in the dark. Shannon Loeblein for Harding. Yep.
Great move by Pearson that time, and that's one of those precision moves. Under control that time, read the defense, didn't charge blindly into the lane and get an offensive foul.
Lillie Brown picks it off. Well, Harding has started the second half by taking the lead and swarming all over the ball, and will only lose it now on the alternate possession to Burnsville.
I didn't see any backing off on either one of those flurries. 24 seconds in. Harding got a steal.
Here we go.
Had the rebound. Halbert just went right in there and dove on the floor and tied it up.
Well, that's where the games are won at any level. With those loose balls, the team that plays aggressively and goes after those loose balls and long rebounds usually win the game. Both of these teams have done that in both halves.
Ward for Wakely, and Trisha Wakely. Burnsville regains the lead by one. The long one for Lillie Brown.
That long pass is especially dangerous when the other team is back.
Dillard didn't go. And the rebound to Tiffany Trenkle of Burnsville, but not for long. Harding jumps right back to the ball again, and this time the Knights know if they tie it up, they'll get it.
Lillie Brown with those quick hands. She's got hands faster than a state fair pickpocket. You've got to really protect the ball when she's around.
Cara Pearson's been really aggressive since the second half began with those 3 fouls. Now that pass was between the legs of Pearson, down a little bit too low. Again, good defense by Burnsville.
another turnover, really an unforced turnover. Cara Pearson had great position there in the post. Lillie Brown wasn't able to deliver the pass.
Here's Stacy Dove, the playmaker of the Burnsville Braves. Cross court for Roehl. Right side for Ward. Got it.
Great shot there. Great concentration by Joey Ward as Tish Dillard jumped out at her and did everything to disrupt her shot, but great concentration there.
Loeblein for three. Got it. The game is tied now. 31 aside.
It looked like Roehl got a hand on that ball, and Shannon regained it and while she was going up and put it through cleanly.
Big time shot.
And let us never forget that in a tight ball game, Shannon Loeblein can break it wide open. Oh, and Dove's shot just feathered off the bat.
Foul on Wakely.
Tricia Wakely of Burnsville. (31-31) game. 6:02 to go in the third quarter.
Just a third foul on Wakely. I inadvertently in the second half said that she had picked up 3, but that's her third now.
And that's a key foul as she led the Braves in rebounding in that first half.
Dillard from the post. Brown and Wakely to the rebound, and it goes to Burnsville. I'm sorry, it goes to Harding. Oh, it goes to Burnsville. I couldn't see which way the referee was pointing. In a way, we have the worst seat in the house here when there's traffic down there. You at home sit there and go, well, what a dope, can't he see? Dove. Wakely off the board. They do get it into Tricia Wakely on the deep baseline very well, and she can pop it from there.
And that was a nice pass by Stacy Dove. Looked like she was going to take a 10-foot shot and unselfishly passed to her teammate who had a much better shot underneath the basket.
Normally that's the pass Joey Ward will make, but Dove out front. Lillie Brown. Rebound pulled off by Tiffany Trenkle. Dove fires it deep. Wakely with Loeblein. And she was fouled as Dillard slammed into her.
It's going to be on Loeblein, though, I think, the way Gary puts his pointing.
Well, that's... Oh, take a look here.
It is Dillard, I'm sorry.
Yeah, here's the contact. Yeah.
Shannon Loeblein took a gamble on that long pass and didn't make it. Put her team in jeopardy there for an easy basket as a good foul sends Tricia Wakely to the line for 2.
Anna Marie Larson back in the game. 2-shot foul to Tricia Wakely. She is now 1 for 2 on the night. .5:10 to go in the third quarter. Burnsville's Tricia Wakely. Cara Pearson for the rebound.
Pearson takes it herself. It's a good move rather than Roehl all over Loeblein.
Well, and Cara Pearson can handle the ball pretty well, and maybe one of the things that we talked about that they should consider having her bring the ball up sometimes under pressure. Lillie Brown is not a good ball handler. She makes a lot of turnovers when she handles the ball in the open court.
6 points now for Lillie Brown. Burnsville will inbound the ball when we come back. There's a break in the action, 4:45 to go in the third quarter. It's Burnsville 34, Harding 33.
In overtime today, then it will be Cambridge against Minneapolis Roosevelt, who knocked off unbeaten Park Center.
Yeah.
We'll go through the rest of the slate as we have time tonight.
Big 5 AA win there. Roosevelt 64, Park Center 61. Must have been a great ball game. We've got a dandy here too with 4:31 to go in the third quarter. 34-33 Burnsville in the lead, which has changed hands several times. Chelsea Schwackel is in now for Burnsville. Harding inbounds the ball. Knights trail at the moment by 1. Anna Marie Larson for Harding. Brown. Pearson. Goodbye.
Just had it slip out of her hands as she went to make her move.
Good tactic here by the Burnsville crew. They're guarding Loeblein and making someone else bring the ball up the court and not letting her put her hands on the basketball once she gives it up.
Turn back, and Cara Pearson is there. Loeblein for three. Got it.
What a shot. What a shot.
And Harding climbs into the lead, 36-34 with under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Doug, leaping right. Wakely will not get it.
Foul on Loeblein, her third.
It was before the shot. There's no bucket.
Take a look at this three-pointer. This is a big-time shot off the dribble. Defense right in her face. Nothing but net.
You know, and look how much better she is when she doesn't have to bring it all up the floor and zig and zag. She just made a couple of moves, and a couple of good moves. But she definitely... Oh, Joey Ward.
Nice shot by Joey Ward. Nice looking form. And that's one of the things that one of the adjustments maybe that they make is, you know, Cara Pearson handles that ball pretty darn well. Takes some of the pressure off of Loeblein. Let her create some shots in a different fashion.
Joey Ward pulls that one off. Tried to go behind the back for Chelsea Schwankel, and it almost misfired. Now Doug to the high post. Got it. Stacey Dove. And with 3:21 to go in the third quarter, it's 38-36. Burnsville now has the lead by a pair. Pearson in and out. Brown the rebound for Harding. Knights keep up the pressure now. Brown retrieved for Pearson. She's had a little trouble tonight as Brown. Now Pearson leaps it. 38-38 ball game. Desperation pass works out as Dove picks it up. Wakely for the baseline.
Great pass by Stacey Dove, and she picked that ball up just in time as Shannon Loeblein was in hot pursuit to try to knock the ball away from her.
The lead has changed hands 5 times in the first 5.5 minutes of this quarter alone.
Well, we have our final boys final in. Brainerd beat Moorhead 71-64. So Brainerd for the first trip to the state tournament in quite some time.
Yeah. So that completes the field now, and of course, our coverage begins right here on Thursday. Dove's two-pointer didn't go. Wakely and Pearson just hauling away. 40-38 Burnsville with the lead. 11 to go third quarter. Loeblein for three. Shannon Loeblein has 5 3-pointers in the game. 20 points so far.
Gave her just a little too much room there.
Dove right to the hands of Anna-Marie Larson of Harding. Out of pressure, and Loeblein is there. 41-40, Harding by a point. 1:45 to go third quarter. Lillie Brown's three-pointer.
Downtown.
All the way.
Not a good shot that time. You know, when you work that hard to get a lead in a game like this, you want to be a little bit more patient offensively.
Sheila Roehl. Trouble with it now. Brown almost got away. Dove leaps and off the iron. Pearson for Loeblein. Deep for Lillie Brown. Alert move by Tiffany Trenkle to get rid of it as she started to go down anyway, and Dove brings it down. Stacey Dove on the high post. Off. And there's Cara Pearson, the All-Stater from Harding, again this year. There's the other one, Shannon Loeblein.
I think she's going to shoot.
And the foul goes on Wakely.
Tough game, a tough call. It could have gone either way, really. 4th foul on Wakely, though. Just when they were sending Tiffany Trenkle to the bench.
That was Trisha Wakely made a great effort to get over there to take the charge, but just didn't get there soon enough.
Now Tom Gunderson, the boss of the Harding Knights, calls timeout with 46 seconds to go in the third quarter. Harding 41, Burnsville 40.
Well, a lot of state tournament participants like myself find a way to get back to the tournament, and the young lady I'm with right now was also a state tournament participant back in 1978, and now she's back in the capacity of being an official. I'm with Tess Rizzardi, a former player from Hill Murray High School, and you're involved as an official this year and one of the female officials out there. How's it going?
It's going real good. I feel real fortunate to be here, and I'm real proud. I've had a lot of female officials that have helped me along the way, and I just want to kind of contribute as much as I can.
What kind of memories do you have playing in the state tournament for Hill Murray and Coach Bill Wold?
Oh, a lot of memories. It's something I'll never forget. It was the best experience I've ever had as a player.
All right, we've been watching this game, and we commented on how tight the officials are calling it. What do you think of the job they're doing out there?
Well, I think they're doing a real good job, but it's a real physical game, and when that happens, you have to call it real tight, so they're doing a real good job.
You also mentioned there were about 7 offensive charges called in the first half. That's kind of unusual.
Yeah, it is. We were keeping track on the sidelines, and we were talking about that probably has never happened in a whole season for a lot of people, so it's really a physical game.
All right, Tess Rizzardi, nice to have you with us, and good luck on the officiating trail.
Thank you very much, Jane.
Okay, let's go back to our announcers at the table.
Lillie Brown got it in for Cara Pearson, and a good play resulted. And that is the end of the third quarter. And this one is a long way from decided. At the end of 3, it's the Harding Knights 43 and the Burnsville Braves 42.
Hi, I'm here with Brenda Holmgren, another lady official. A lot of women officiating in the state tournament. You officiated one of the quarterfinal games at Williams Arena. What can you tell us the career opportunities for women in the field of officiating?
It's wide open. I hope more women get involved. I am always encouraging young athletes like yourself, bright, intelligent, athletic girls get involved. It's a blast. There's nothing like it.
I know it's exciting for players to play in state tournaments. Is it exciting for refs to referee in state tournament?
Oh, just as much fun. I have just as much fun anytime I play, anytime I go out there. One of the things I say in my pregame is, all right, let's go out there and have fun. We have just as much fun as what you guys do.
Okay, thanks a lot. Janet?
Well, she's not here right now, but we'll do it. How about that?
Yes, teamwork.
The players on the court are doing it.
You bet. 8 times the lead changed hands in the third quarter. The biggest margin was 3 points. That didn't last very long.
Roehl is right back. Gave her a little rest in the third quarter, probably to get ready for the fourth, guarding Loeblein. Never saw a player.
Stacy Dove now brings Burnsville back. It's 46-42 Harding. Out of bounds.
Critical possessions right now. You see with the pressure, the shot by Loeblein that time, and a turnover by Burnsville. Are they starting to crack?
Loeblein has 6 for 6 from 3-point range tonight, and 4 of those were in the third quarter.
With a hand in her face.
And it's almost uncanny. It looks like she prefers to be going to her left and pull up and shoot.
Exactly. 1 or 2 dribbles to her left, and she's going up with it.
Pearson got it from the high post.
She's playing really smart now.
They're playing smart. They've settled into their game. Cara Pearson is getting involved in the offense. Loeblein is dominating so many aspects of the game, and another turnover by Burnsville here. I'd take a timeout right now if I was Doug Bowe and settle this unit down.
Well, somebody's listening to the guy on TV because a timeout has been called with 6:42 to go. Wow, now Harding has opened the widest lead of the half, 48-42. We'll be right back.
Are in a good position right now. They've made a little run here. Burnsville had to take a timeout to try to stem the tide. Harding will have the ball back after a turnover, and they can make it very tough if they score here, Billy.
Exactly. 2 consecutive turnovers by the Burnsville Braves have given the Knights of Harding the biggest lead of any team during the game, and it looks like the Knights are starting to click offensively. Pearson has made some shots down low. Loeblein has been outstanding. And we look at Pearson down low, couldn't convert on that one, but their shot selection has been much better. They've shown much better patience offensively.
Stacy Dove brought it back, batted around, Dove got it and sank it. 48-44 with 6:15 to go. Now it's a 4-point lead for the Harding Knights, who have the ball. 38 turnovers in this ball game. Burnsville has 20 of them, and Harding has 18. Not through yet. Many of them forced turnovers, but a few unforced as well.
That's 4 on Pearson. Tom Gunderson must have given that as the offensive message during the timeout, because twice they've dumped it into Pearson, knowing that Trinkle and Wakely are in foul trouble, but now Pearson has joined them.
Burnsville with the ball. Tiffany Trinkle, two-pointer.
Got it.
Right, straight down. Now the Braves pulled it two. It's 48-46 Harding.
And we're getting back to something we've talked about for the entire tournament. The team's making runs. Who's going to hold off the other team? Who's going to make the big defensive player come up with a big basket?
Off the side for Pearson. And it's Sheila Roehl.
Wakely did a good job keeping that ball alive. Brown almost got the steal.
Dove out of trouble for Tiffany Trinkle. Here's Sheila Roehl. Joey Ward, number 23 for the Burnsville Braves, down by 2 with 4:54 to go in the game. Dove, here's Ward. Off the iron, got her own rebound, a pump from the post, and in and out. Trinkle. Wakely pulls it down there. Yep, tied up.
Stay with Burnsville.
Stay down there.
I tell you what, that was a great effort on the Burnsville Braves part to offensive rebound. They've got 3 shots at the basket that time, and what's happening now is Harding is not boxing out when the ball goes up. And the Braves are taking advantage of that lack of the basic fundamental of boxing out.
Work on the offensive boards at this stage in the game can make a large difference. It can be the game breaker, and there's a little hooker by Joey Ward.
She is a tough player.
Now it's tied. 4:21 to go. 48 all.
Charge.
Only 2 things are going to happen when she goes all the way in. She's either going to blast right through and get a good shot, or she's going to get an offensive foul.
Had the right idea, just didn't quit in time. Got it over to Dillard, or Anna Marie Larson, rather.
One of the things that players have to learn when they drive to the basket, sometimes instead of leaping and letting their momentum carry them forward, they have to stop, come to a good plant, like they're going to take a jump shot and make the pass.
Lillie Brown got that one. She has 8 on the game. Shannon Loeblein has 4 fouls now.
And so does Pearson.
That's right. Wakely.
And so does Wakely.
Got it in.
As Dillard hit the deck. It's going to be a balancing act here to see which team can keep their stars in the game, too.
Baseline left. Dillard floated one.
I'll tell you what, she's going to be key here in the next 3 minutes and 35 seconds. She's been relatively quiet on the offensive end. Got into foul trouble early, but she can really help her ball club with a strong offensive effort down the stretch.
Someone's got to tell Loeblein she's got 4 fouls. She's reaching and grabbing out there.
I really wonder if it'd make much difference, you know?
She's letting it all hang out.
She plays the game wide open.
Dillard.
Here's Dillard, 2 big buckets there.
54 to 50, Harding by 4, exactly 3 minutes to go in the AA championship game. Down went Sheila Roehl.
What a great game. This has been everything that you could want out of a championship game. It really has. I mean, great intensity on both parts for both ball clubs. Even though the game has been a little shoddy with the turnovers, it's not a result of poor play, but just intense effort on both teams' part.
The young women playing in this game will watch this videotape 20 years from now, and they will remember it. They will remember everything about it, because this was an in-your-face basketball game from start to end.
Exactly. They'll be able to remember every bump and bruise, because there's been plenty of them.
And they still be hurt.
Yes.
Sheila Roehl to shoot 1-1. Rebound goes to Trinkle. Shannon Loeblein.
Doing right in there and grabbed the ball, risked the 5th foul, but took it away. from Trinkle.
The last-minute traffic directing by Loeblein.
It looks like they're going to spread the floor a little bit and try to run a little time off the clock and also get themselves a good shot.
2:29 to go. You see the clock, 54-50 Harding. The clock is the game at this point. Brown, Dillard, they don't want a shot yet. Loeblein with Roehl on her.
Now, there's still a lot of time left in this ball game, and one of the things sometimes you run the risk of doing when you go into a stall this early is you lose your offensive momentum.
Albert, Brown, got it away. Picked up by Joey Ward. In on Halbert. Got it. 2 big points for Ward, and it's a 2-point game. 54-52 with 1:49 to go. Loeblein brings the Harding Knights back.
Threw it away.
And it goes to the Burnsville Braves, and they want time.
Yes.
Doug Bowe calls timeout now. And Tom Gunderson not very happy with that call.
He wanted a timeout, but the problem was the official probably did hear him saying timeout, but one of the players on the floor has to call the timeout.
That's
and
right.
He went right after Gary Putz and said, hey, I called timeout, but the coach can't do that.
1:40 to go. It's 54-52 Harding. Harding leads Burnsville by 2. 1 minute and 40 seconds. 100 ticks of the clock left in, well, regulation time in the AA championship game. And what will win it? Or what mistake will lose it? Sometimes that's how it comes down. We'll see. Here we go. The Burnsville Braves trailing by 4 at the moment. Stacy Dove on the right side for Roehl.
It's like they're looking for something inside, trying to force Pearson to make a play on one of the Joey. Wow, Lillie Brown.
There's Lillie Brown again. I tell you what, you go back over the last 3 games in the state tournament, she's made more plays like that when players turn their back and expose the ball over their head. She is there to take that ball. She has got great hands.
Shannon Loeblein, the Harding Knights now with a 2-point lead, 1:15 to go. 54-52 Harding.
Little weave going, a 2-person weave here with Loeblein and Pearson. Best friends now playing the most important minute of their basketball career.
Exactly. If I were the Braves, one of the things that I'd want to do, get possession of the basketball.
Palpitation of the heart for Tricia Wakely. Now Burnsville's Doug Bowe will burn a timeout. 47 seconds to go. 54-52. Harding leads Burnsville. The sizzling finale when we come back.
.140 to play. Burnsville had the ball. The score was the same. Each team has turned it over once since that time, and we're down to 47 seconds. Burnsville's got it again with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3-point shot. Tom Gunderson wipes his brow. Probably have 10 more wipes of the brow before we hear the final horn in this one.
Probably 20 with the way this game has gone. This has been a tremendously exciting ball game. A lot of swings of momentum, lead changes, and I know if my heart can take it.
Dove, the pump, out now for Roehl.
He pulls it back.
Half a minute inside, half a minute to go. Harding with a 2-point lead.
They want to get a good shot, but I don't think they can afford to take the last shot.
Burnsville working it. The clock in the corner of your screen. Joey Ward was fouled as she went in.
It's the 5th foul. Is that Pearson on the deck?
That is Cara Pearson, and that's the end of the line for Pearson with 14 seconds to go. Cara Pearson fouls out for the Harding Knights with 12 points, and her team leading 54-52.
That's a tough call to make, but it looked like Cara's feet was still moving.
And that's one where you've got to make it one way or the other because there was a lot of contact in there.
Exactly, and that was a great call.
Great competitor, Cara Pearson. Timeout called by Harding with 14 seconds to go. free throws coming that could tie the game for Burnsville.
And we could be looking at an OT.
I'm just going to run through quickly what we've got for boys next week. Moundsview and Brainerd in the opener. Gave you Brainerd over Moorhead. Then Cambridge and Roosevelt in game 2. This is AA now. Owatonna will be back. They'll play Cretin-Durham Hall in the 3rd game Thursday at Civic. And then Mankato West beat Chaska tonight in 2AA. And Mankato West goes against Edina in the remainder of the AA bracket.
Let's see if we can eavesdrop here in the Harding bunch.
I would imagine one of the things that's being said right now by Tom Gunderson is if they score these free throws, they want to make sure that the ball is in Shannon Loeblein's hand. They want to spread the floor, let her run the clock down with maybe 5 to 6 seconds left on the clock, and then go for her shot and try to create something so that Burnsville won't have enough time to respond with the basket. Now in the other huddle, you probably got Doug Bowe saying that they cannot gamble right now. They've got to play great position defense.
Interesting to see how they play it if the score is tied. If they don't want to be so aggressive, they give them a foul and get to the foul line, but yet they don't want to let Loeblein dribble right up and take even a 30-foot shot. She's proven she can knock it down.
With Cara Pearson out of the ball game at this point, one of the things I would do is I would force the ball away from Shannon Loeblein. Make somebody else handle that ball for those last 14 seconds.
Joey Ward makes it a 1-point game with her first free throw attempt of the night. 14 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. 54-53, Burnsville's Joey Ward could tie it. 54-54, 14 seconds to go. Dillard, Lillie Brown for 3. Rebound to Trinkle. Overtime game.
And
couldn't have been anything else.
Gary Putz was waving that shot before it left Loeblein's hand, so it would not have counted. And Harding got a little panicky there. They didn't get Brown had a good look at the basket, but she was a long ways away. They didn't get it to Loeblein with a chance to win the game.
Exactly. It wasn't a great shot by Lillie Brown that time, but what Burnsville did is just what we talked about. They made sure that Shannon Loeblein would not get that ball back to do the damage that she can do under pressure situations. Now we've got 3 minutes of overtime here. Cara Pearson is out of the game. Joey Ward has done an unbelievable job in this game, and couldn't have a better game, could we?
It's a great one, and I think advantage Burnsville here, not only from Pearson being out of the game, but the emotional charge of having come from behind to tie it.
Here's Doug Bowe in the Burnsville huddle. Couldn't get a good idea, but I think we've pretty well covered the angles here anyway. It's overtime. Burnsville 54 and St. Paul Harding 54 for the AA championship game for 1991.
All right, Tish Dillard in this overtime period is going to have to pick up where she left off in that 4th quarter, where she scored 4 big points there at some critical time. Take up this scoring slack for Cara Pearson. On the other hand, Sheila Roehl has been doing an incredible job on Shannon Loeblein, and Joey Ward has been just absolutely sensational in this down the stretch.
16 points for her.
And a good percentage for Ward, outside and inside. She's been tough.
They'll keep going the same way, and here's Roehl. Doug. Nothing there for 2. Underneath Trinkle. Fouled as she went up.
That's Loeblein.
Two-shot foul is going to go on Shannon Loeblein of the Harding Knights, and that's number 5 on Loeblein. Shannon Loeblein will foul out 21 seconds into the overtime, and she will leave the game with 26 points.
Well, you know how excited the Burnsville team is. And Doug Bowe's out there cautioning him and say, hey, yeah, she's out of the game. But don't be so cocky as to think it's over.
But look, they're in a huddle out here. She hasn't left the floor yet. She wanted to talk to everybody first. Shannon Loeblein.
Well, she had 3 fouls that probably were unnecessary, the charging fouls, and that last foul, a reaching in foul under the basket. That's one of the baskets that you just kind of give up in traffic in a situation like this. But we'll see how Harding responds to a little adversity now, having their leader on the bench for the next 2 minutes and 39 seconds.
I don't think they can let the lead get big and come from behind, but if they stay close, anything can happen.
Lillie Brown brings down the Harding Knights. Burnsville 55, Harding 54. We're in overtime with 2:25 to go in the overtime.
Got Jenny Kettering in replacing Loeblein. Hasn't been in the game, hasn't touched the ball. A lot of pressure on her.
Kettering up high, rails on her. Anna Marie Larson. Lillie Brown, Kettering now in the corner. Halbert. Didn't go.
They've got to look at getting that ball inside to Tish Dillard some way, shape, and form. She is their best offensive player on the floor at this time. And she's one of the players on the floor that really can create a shot for herself.
She's giving it up a little too much. You could try to get the ball down low instead of playing outside. Because Wakely has 4 fouls too.
Coming in. And dragged away by Trinkle. Fouled by Tish Dillard.
And not a smart foul, reaching foul from behind. Situation like that when you don't get the rebound, with her having her 4th foul, is you retreat down court to prevent the fast break here. Good protection of the ball, by Tiffany Trinkle on that play too.
Now timeout is called with 1:53 to go in the overtime. It is Burnsville 55 and Harding 54. The AA championship trophy waiting in the wings, but not any closer to being presented to anybody than it was 30 seconds into this game. It's been that tight all the way through.
Gunderson has got to devise some immediate strategy, probably things they've never talked about before, because they've won all their games except for one. And now they've got 2 starters, their 2 best players, out of the game on fouls, and they've got to devise an offense. I'm sure that everything they do revolves around those 2, and you've got to come up with some strategy to put Dillard and Brown in the center now and let them try to take over.
That's right, and Dillard is a likely candidate because she does have very good scoring skills. Now, when I was talking to Tom Robinson before the game, and he was talking about their ball club and their concerns. One of the things that he said is that anything can happen. And they talked to their team and said anything can happen in a state tournament game. You've worked very hard to get here. You play hard. Anything can happen. Injuries, foul trouble. A team doesn't play well. And the big factor here has been foul trouble as we look at Loeblein and Cara Pearson, the 2 best players for the Harding Knights, sitting out this overtime and helping coach the team.
Burnsville has led this game by 9 points. That is the widest margin. The Braves had a couple of 8-point runs very early. They outscored Harding 8-2 in the early going. Had another 8-point run. 9 points has been the widest margin in this game, but nothing else has been even close. After the missed free throw, the ball will go back over to Harding as it goes out of bounds with 1:49 left in the overtime. 55-54 Burnsville.
And what happened that time was Halbert was passing it in. As she reached out of bounds and just handed it to Lillie Brown and took it out of her hands. And you've got to flip the ball in. You got to pass it in.
No. And that's one of the things, what happens when you lose your floor general. Put a little pressure in. These players haven't been accustomed to breaking pressure without her on the floor.
Roehl now guarded by Halbert. Burnsville with the ball and a 1-point lead. That's the time remaining in overtime, 1:37 now.
And the thing about it, the 3 women that they have handling the ball are all good foul shooters. And they can afford to play a little keep away here.
Chelsea Schwanko. Dove lost her balance. And the reason she lost her balance, I guess they'll say there's a foul now. Here we go. Dove up.
Well, Stacy Dove got hot here. She trips over Halbert. Halbert got a bad break there, really, on a foul call. And Lillie Brown, that's what Dove is upset about. Felt that she was not using the floor to walk along there.
Well, it's one of those things now that Stacy has to keep her cool in a situation like this. You know, you wouldn't want to get a technical foul or a flagrant foul for fighting, and also to disrupt what she has to do at the free throw line here.
1-and-1 for Dove. 56-54 Burnsville, 1:20 to go. In overtime, Tricia Wakely is back in the lineup now for Chelsea Schwankel for Burnsville. Wakely playing with 4 fouls. And Stacy Dove shoot the bonus. And it's a 3-point lead for Burnsville. 57-54, 1:18 to go in the OT.
I think Harding's got to score here because they don't have enough offense left on the floor to get enough possessions. If they don't keep it close. Whoa!
Lillie Brown didn't get it again. Cara Pearson and Shannon Loeblein have both fouled out for Harding. Pearson in the 4th quarter and Loeblein early here in the OT. Last minute of this overtime. 57-54 Burnsville. Now timeout. 46 seconds to go in overtime.
It's going to help Harding as much as Burnsville because they're unclear as to which player should be out fouling. Dillard and Brown are in foul trouble. They really can't afford to give up another one. They got to get Kettering and Halbert out there ball hawking and putting Burnsville on the line.
Exactly. And you know, one thing good about this Burnsville team, all of the women that are on the floor right now are really good shooters. So it's kind of a catch-22 there. You know, who do you foul? You got to select the person you might think is going to be the poorest foul shooter, but all of them shoot the ball pretty well.
We talked about the depth coming into this game, and that was Burnsville's hole card, if you will. They knew they had more players if it was a fast-paced game, and if the fouls were about equal, that they could wear them down. I'm sure they told them overtime at the beginning. They would have said, we'll take our chances there. And it's worked for them. They still have all their they haven't lost anybody to fouls, and they still have fresh bodies to put in there.
And they've got their best players on the floor, and that makes them so dangerous because they just have so many options right now. They can keep the ball outside and play keep away. They can throw it inside. Wakely can score. Joey Ward can score. Now when you go down to the Harding Knight side of the floor, their 2 best offensive threats are on the floor, and they have neglected to get Tish Dillard the ball down in the paint at all during this overtime.
Interesting. We're talking about personal fouls. Doug Bowe has kept his team pretty much out of trouble. Harding has collected 8 of the last 10 personal fouls. That's since halftime. Only 2 on Burnsville. Both of those were on Wakely, which is why she was.
They lost it.
Here it comes. Nope, no bucket.
Oh, it's a bad break for Harding because they're having trouble in their half-court offense. If it was just a loose ball that Brown could have picked up, she would have scored on the layup.
And cut the lead to 1.
They want to get Wakely back in the lineup here for Burnsville. And she'll come in for Chelsea Schwankel, so they'll get 6'2" Tricia Wakely inside now. Halbert in the backcourt for Lillie Brown. 37 to go in overtime. 57-54 Burnsville. Harding with the ball. But no Cara Pearson, no Shannon Loeblein. Lillie Brown's 3-pointer misfires. Dove gonna go to Burnsville. Tom Gunderson can't believe it.
Yeah, Vicki Barron made that call, and Gary Putz went over the other official and did a good, because Larson did touch the ball. He went over and said, yeah, it was the right call, backing up Barron, who has taken some abuse there on the sideline.
That's Cara Pearson, who's had her own disagreements with the officials restraining Gunderson. .23 seconds to go. And the foul on Anna Marie Larson of Harding. 57-54 Burnsville as it goes right down to it. 23 seconds to go in overtime.
Sheila Roehl there looking at the clock and with a smile on her face. Great free throw shooter. But I think she's starting to sense that they've won this game.
You look at the smiles starting to form on Burnsville faces, and Loeblein and Pearson on the end of the Harding bench just in utter dejection and that helpless feeling of not being able to do anything about the predicament.
Exactly. Sitting there now thinking about all of the little mistakes they made, the fouls that they made, the turnovers, especially the fouls that have put them out of this game.
I don't know what's going on. Lane violation.
Somebody must have slipped into the lane. Lane violation it was, so there'll be no free throw, but 6 of the last 8 free throw attempts by Roehl have gone in. 4-point lead for Burnsville with 14 seconds to go. And the foul, I think, on Ward.
You believe that's just the 3rd team foul, though Harding won't even get to go to the line and try to cut into it.
Well, they need a 3 real quickly, and then they have got to create a turnover or foul somebody because time is running out rapidly here.
And timeout is called. 14 seconds to go in overtime. Timeout Burnsville, 58-54. The Burnsville Braves leading. And there's the huddle where it's all going to have to happen if the Harding Knights are going to take over. We saw Tom Gunderson with a look at the clock.
Well, they're pep talking Anna Marie Larson over there on the bench. I think maybe they think she's going to shoot free throws, but she's not. They're going to have to pass it in and work a play. I don't know if the coaching staff feels that, but the other players thought she was going to the line. Here's the Class A pairings for next week. We gave you the AA. Lake City against a very good ball club, Westbrook. Walnut Grove, they've been #1 or near #1 all year long. They'll be playing the first game at Williams Arena. Then Argyle against Dawson Boyd, featuring Jeff Nordgaard, who had 40 points and 29 rebounds in the championship game of the region last night. Becker and Long Prairie, and then Chisholm and Joel McDonald, the state's all-time leading scorer, will complete the action against the winner of Belle Plaine, Gibbon, Fairfax, Winthrop. We don't have that final yet, so there was one Class A game that we do not have in yet.
Well, we go down to it here with 14 seconds to go in overtime of the Class AA championship game. Burnsville 58, Harding 54. Again, they've got to get somebody to put it in bounds, and it'll be Anna Marie Larson for Harding. Comes into Lillie Brown. Three-pointer over the top. Rebound comes to Trinkle. He's fouled right away. 8 seconds to go.
I think the party is just about over.
It was a very even game with Loeblein and Pearson in there, and it's not even now. Harding just doesn't have a good idea what they want to do. They've had 4 chances down the floor, and it's been 4 Lillie Brown 3-point shots that have been taken off balance and haven't fallen through.
Tricia Wakely will have a 1-on-1 opportunity here. She is 1 for 3. Gets a big one there. And with that one, Sheila Roehl and Stacy Does started celebrating in the backcourt. Here's the bonus. No go.
And it's party style Burnsville.
5-point lead for the Braves. 3-pointer for Brown. Didn't go. The Burnsville Braves will win the 1991 Girls AA Basketball Championship. This was a rough and tumble ball game right from the get-go and all the way down to the overtime finish. But it comes out a 4-point victory and a pile of happy young ladies from Burnsville. This one goes to the black and gold. Final score in overtime, the Burnsville Braves 59, the St. Paul Harding Knights 54. Earlier this season, Harding whipped the Braves by 24 points. But tonight, the honors go to Burnsville. The Braves win the 1991 Class AA Girls State High School Basketball Championship. And look at Shannon Loeblein embrace Joey Ward.
Well, she's had just about every honor that a player could conceivably have, but the thing that I'm sure that she wanted most was that state championship trophy, and it's not going to happen.
Still a team game. You live and die with your teammates. And she's one of the fortunate few that's going to be able to go on to the next level, and Shannon will have her chances over there at the University of Minnesota. And I'm happy for the fans of this area that they'll be able to watch her, because I'd say she's got a good future as a collegiate.
Oh, she certainly does. I mean, she'll bring, that the program is rebuilding right now over there, and she'll bring a lot to the party over there, to the table, in terms of what she'll offer the program and direction and leadership and just pure talent.
59-54 Burnsville. 5-point win by the Braves in overtime. Doing the sportsmanship awards for this game right now, as the Burnsville Braves, a very happy bunch, only the second loss of the season to the Harding Knights, who will finish 27-2. The Burnsville Braves 23-5. That will be their final. The 1AA champions, the Burnsville Braves. And their fans all up and happy here. They'll be really letting her rip when they come out with the individual medals, of course.
A lot of tears of sadness on the Harding side. You know, they felt coming into this game, you could just tell by their demeanor that they felt that they should have had this state championship title. And they're a little disappointed, as you can see. And it's a sad ending to an incredible year that they had.
They'll be partying in Burnsville tonight. There's no question about it. The silver medals now going to the runner-up Harding Knights.
First, Kim Smolik. Cara Pearson. Joanne Halbert. Rolanda Williams. Kristen Montbryant. Shannon Loeblein. Ann Hurley. Beth Catola. Lillie Brown. Lisa Shandlock. Anna Marie Larson. Vicky Estrelado. Tish Dillard. Jessica Wittgenstein. Jenny Kettering. And student managers Heather Catola and Nicole Flash. And how about a nice salute to Tom Gunderson and his staff and the Harding team for an outstanding season. Now will the Harding captains come forward for the second place trophy, Class AA Girls Basketball 1991. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would like to present to you the First Bank's All-Tournament team.
Our tournament is over, and there's Cara Pearson. A picture tells a story right there. And so does that one. Guess who won and guess who lost? The Burnsville Braves have won the AA championship. They've announced the Class AA All-Tournament team. We'll start with the players from this game. For St. Paul Harding, the forwards on the All-Tournament team, Cara Pearson and Lillie Brown, the guard. There's Lillie on the right of your picture. They made the All-Tournament team, Cara Pearson and Lillie Brown, and guard Shannon Loeblein, of course, on the All-Tournament team. Burnsville got center Trisha Wakely on it, and forward Tiffany Trinkle. The others on the AA All-Tournament team, Duluth East guard Christy Duncan, Little Falls guard Ann Just, the forward for Mankato East, Amy Swanson, And a couple of Osseo Orioles, center Kelly Giesler and guard Brandy Tussler. That's the 1991 All-Tournament team. And again from this game, Burnsville center Tricia Wakely and forward Tiffany Trinkle, Harding forward Cara Pearson, and the two fine guards of the Harding Knights, Lillie Brown and Shannon Loeblein, all in the All-Tournament team.
Before Burnsville receives their gold medals, I want to take a moment to congratulate them as the state champions. I tried to hold this in check the whole game because I graduated from Harding 20 years ago, and I know how important this was to them. Harding's never won a state championship in any sport, and the girls were counting on it, and I know the community is very proud of them, as I am as a graduate, and hope that these girls will carry this disappointment. They turn those defeats into victories later in life, and they've represented the part of the Twin Cities that I'm from very well. I'm proud of them.
Well, Jim, those are great points, and I think the thing that they realized is that they were there. The championship was in reach, and they let it get away. And I think they know that it's tough to put yourself in a position to get those opportunities, but they did a great job, and it's just a shame that the season had to end this way for them.
They've just announced Shannon Loeblein on the All-Tournament team. And Loeblein coming out to get her award, and richly reserved. She's already made All-State again, All-Tournament, All-Metro, all everything you got. That's Shannon Loeblein, who is all basketball players.
Class AA girls basketball champion is Burnsville High School.
Championship awards to the members of the champion Burnsville Braves, and again PA announcer Dick Stanford to do the honors.
At this time, the presentation of gold medals to the Burnsville Braves. Busy Peterson, Sarah Welder, Sheila Roehl, Jesse Riggleman, Chelsea Schwankel, Joey Ward, Christy Johnson, Jamel Johnson, Stacy Dove, Amy Snyder, Tracy Thomason, Tiffany Trinkle, Stacy Sonneson, Kenya Samuels, Tricia Wakely, student managers Julie Rodewald and Kristen Weingart. And now, will the captains of our 1991 Minnesota State High School Class AA Championship basketball team come forward for the championship trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our awards ceremony. We thank you for your attendance throughout the tournament and wish you a pleasant evening. Thank you for your attention.
It's celebration time on a Saturday night in March as the Burnsville Braves have won the 1991 Class AA Girls Basketball Championship. They scored all the points in overtime in the final. Burnsville 59, Harding 54. We'll be back from the Girls Basketball Championship game in just a moment. The Civics, or the Met Center, emptying out, will empty the Civic Center next week. Emptying homes all over the state by now. Burnsville 59, Harding 54. The overtime final, the Braves, the AA champions, our First Bank's play of the game. This was a dandy, and it occurred in overtime. Sheila Roehl for Burnsville.
Joey Ward there making the steal, and hustle by Sheila Roehl, and Joey Ward finishing off the play inside. Great play there.
Joey Ward
Oh, you slipped on what we're going to do for
completing. And now, see, I've tipped off everybody on our American Dairy Association, Minnesota Dairy Promotion Council Player of the Game. Guess who?
Sheila Roehl, just an incredible all-around game, and I think in spite of Shannon Loeblein's 26 points, she did a great job defensively as well as contributing offensively and leading that ball club to the state championship. Sheila Roehl, great job. Congratulations on being the player of the game.
Player of the game, you bet. Sheila Roehl of the Burnsville Braves. 59-54 Braves over the Knights in overtime. The championship goes to Burnsville. The happy players and the coach are all with Janet Carbonen right now. Janet?
Thank you. I'm here with quite a crew, the Burnsville Braves. This is the senior crew, and Coach Doug Bull. Let's start with you, Coach. Game plan worked real well. You told me before the game started that you had to keep it close early and you had to get off to a good start, and you did exactly that.
Well, we went after him right away, and like you said, we were in the ball game at halftime. That's what we wanted to do, and the girls just executed the game plan. It was just phenomenal defensive effort. I think to hold Harding to that many points is just a tribute to a hard-working bunch of girls.
Not many teams can match up against Harding man-to-man. Any special instructions you gave your team as far as guarding Pearson and Loeblein and Brown?
We told Sheila Roehl that she had the main task, and that was to hold Shannon Loeblein. I know she scored a ton, but she was unbelievable tonight, as she always is, and Sheila just did a great job. They all did. They played great defense and did what we had to do.
Great team effort. Let's move down the line. Stacy Dove off to Ball State next year. You were a transfer student over to Burnsville from Robbinsdale Armstrong. Worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah, you could say it did. State champs. Can't ask for much more than that.
What was going through your mind when you were up to the free throw line there in the overtime situation? I know you had the ball in your hands. How did it feel to be the one in control out there?
Well, my teammates kind of made me smile for a little bit, so that kind of loosened me up. I know that right before I got fouled, I was a little bit upset, but I don't know, I just iced them.
Kept it in control. We talked to your sister yesterday. She's obviously taught you a lot of great things. Moving on down the line, this is kind of the woman of the hour. Sheila Roehl did a heck of a job on Shannon Loeblein, and you must be tired after that defensive effort.
Yeah, I was tired.
What kind of things were you thinking about in defending her? You know that someone like her is going to get her share of points no matter what you do. What was going through your mind tonight?
Well, I just knew I had to keep a hand in her face, and I wasn't too worried about her beating me on the drive because I knew I had help side, so I was just trying to keep a hand in her face.
Well, great play. Joey Ward, you also played an important part in this game. Calmly went up to the free throw line, smiled, and sank two very, very big ones to put this game into overtime. Tell us about those exciting moments.
Well, I'll just be honest and say that I just prayed before that, and I just said, put it into the Lord's hand. And a girl on the team, she said, God's going to give you guidance here, and he did, and he allowed me to sink those free throws and put us into overtime.
Good luck to you, too, in your future career at Kansas State. Tiffany Trinkle, you also had an outstanding tournament. Feelings and thoughts as you become a state champion?
I just feel we all believed, and that was our team motto all throughout the whole entire season, especially through regions and state, and I think that was definitely pulled us through. We believed we could do it, and we did it.
You sure did. And last but not least, Kenya Samuels, thoughts as you finish up your last season for Burnsville High School?
Well, I just think that we had a good season. We all pulled together as a team. We had some trouble at the beginning, but we were just all real strong. We had a lot of belief in ourselves. You know, a lot of us have been playing together for a long time, and I just really feel that an outside force is really guiding us along. So.
All right, well, outstanding team effort. Coach Doug Bull, congratulations to you and all the seniors and all of the Burnsville Braves for an outstanding team effort. And you have some things to do. Cutting down on this will probably be first on your agenda. So let's go back over to Doug McLeod.
Woo, number one.
All right, Janet, number one indeed, says Stacy Dove, and number one are the Burnsville Braves. Harding beat them by 24 earlier in the year, but tonight was the Braves' night to howl. The final in overtime, Burnsville 59, Harding 54. There's the hardware. Burnsville Braves, it's yours. We'll be back for the 1991 Girls State Basketball Championships in just a moment. AA hardware goes to the Burnsville Braves, 59-54 winners. It took an overtime to do it. The Braves, I mentioned earlier, scored all the points, all 5 of them in overtime, and that put the game away, and that wraps up our first week of wall-to-wall basketball. The girls tournament, of course, the boys will saddle up on Thursday and go at it. Well, Billy McKinney and Jim Gilliland, somehow appropriate that this game will go to overtime. I mentioned it was an in-your-face basketball game right from the start and a grinder all the way.
I think if you're going to script a game, it couldn't have come down any better. I mean, it was overtime game, nip and tuck all the way through, just an incredible game, and it all happened on Channel 9.
Isn't that?
Well, now, for a guy from Harding, it could have ended a better way. But it was a great tournament, and the boys kind of owe us one. We had a one-sided game in the championship last year, AA at least. And, if they can match this, then we're going to have a great week next week, too, and we'll look forward to it.
We sure do, and we'll be with you on Thursday from Williams Arena and the St. Paul Civic Center for the boys tournament. That's it from courtside as the Burnsville Braves win the 1991 AA Championship Tournament. Perry Williams, it's all yours to wrap it up.
Well, thank you, Doug, and certainly congratulations. Nice job to the three of you over there. We, of course, had an army of announcers, and it was our special and good fortune to have Stacy Fields with us and Carissa Knight. Stacy, I know you'd rather be playing for Mounds View in the state tournament, certainly, but how's your experience as a broadcaster?
Oh, this has been so exciting working with terrific hosts like you guys, the hosts with the most. But next year I hope to be playing. If not, this has been a lot of fun, too.
What are some of the things, players you have coming back next year besides yourself?
We have basically everybody coming back except for we're losing one senior starter. But otherwise, you know, we're hoping to be strong, and we're going to work in the off-season to make ourselves tough again.
Career in broadcasting?
Who knows?
I don't know. Well, we got to get Mrs. Fields get the cookies here. That's all I know. Now, Carissa, you're a junior at Bloomington Jefferson, and you have about everyone coming back, too, next year. And I know you like to reach the state tournament as well.
Yeah, I think it'd be a great watching these girls play. It looks like so much fun. We'll have a good team next year. I think we have a great chance of coming here next year.
What about you? Any plans, now that you've got a taste of broadcasting, to perhaps pursue this as a career down the line?
I learned it was a lot of fun, also a lot of hard work. I've considered it now that I've done it.
Okay, you guys just did an excellent job, and it was really a pleasure to have both of you here, and best of luck to you next year and on the court and in the future as well. So congratulations, nice job.
Thanks a lot.
And you too, Stacey.
Thanks a lot, Perry.
Okay, of course, we also had Janet Carvin, and we get Janet to come in here. And Janet, your final impressions of the 1991 tournament, as these two young ladies pointed out at the very top of the show tonight, they saved the best for last, and that's indeed what we had tonight.
Well, I don't think we could have asked for a more exciting finish to this 15th state tournament. We didn't have such an exciting game in Class A today with Rochester Lured winning the Class A, but today I don't think fans went away disappointed. We certainly saw a lot of great basketball, a lot of fine players, and I think just a great indication of where girls basketball in Minnesota is going. So I really enjoyed it, and girls, it was great to work with you too.
And it's certainly my good fortune to stand here with three very talented and beautiful ladies such as these. And thank you for joining us, as certainly this basketball tournament will go down in the books as one of the most exciting ones ever. It belonged to the Region 1, the Rochester Lord in Class A, Burnsville in Class AA. For Perry Williams and our entire broadcast team, and producer-director Hank Dolan and Bob Nagley, good night from the Met Center. We'll see you on Thursday afternoon for boys basketball as Wall-to-Wall 1991 continues. Good night, everybody.